between, I was doing a play, so we kind of like were writing it and doing it in between while I was touring around with that. So it was kind of like we'd focus on it for a little bit, and then we'd come back to it. And at one point we had thought about just shooting a sizzle reel for it, and then we just decided we wanted to go ahead and shoot the whole pilot.
Yeah, sizzle reel was too hard. For some reason it's harder to tell a story that way. And then we actually cast everything once, and we were about to shoot it, and then we scrapped the whole cast except for one person, and then rewrote it again, and then a year later we
shot it. We spent a very long time like in the casting process finding all of the right actors, and we were really lucky with finding wonderful actors.
Did you not cast yourself first and then say...
We couldn't find anyone that could play us, so we had to do it.
You guys were awesome, by the way.
We met at Second City, and we did a lot of like characters and stuff together, so we've been performing together for a long time, so that's part of the fun too. Is
how many days did you do that?
We shot it in 4 days. Very long. I don't remember.
Yeah, we shot on weekends.
I got a Dave Foley for that.
We got him a copy of the script, and then I kept calling him because he had read it, and he hadn't read it. He's like, just keep calling me back, just keep calling me back. So I just kept calling him back, and then he read it. He's like, yeah, it's funny, I'll do it. So he did it, and we were really thrilled because we're huge Dave Foley fans, and he was so great in it. Like, he just totally turned it on.
Yes.
We'll do it. Oh.
He's gonna kick the people.
Yeah. Okay. It was interesting because I felt like in the humor, the demographic was a lot wider than I thought. So there was things I thought, I was the belly laughing one, and no one else was laughing. It was more the old folks jokes. Was that a consideration because it was, or was that just by accident, or am I very young?
No, actually, that was kind of part of the intent. Was we wanted to kind of show how the difference between like the characters that we play are supposed to be about like maybe 10 years older than the other people they work with, and there's a really short. That's a short time in time, but generationally, it's a kind of a big leap because we're like pre-bling, pre-reality.
Like the grunge era.
So that's why it was aimed. It's definitely aimed at older people older than the characters in the show.
Mature.
Mature, yeah, that's the word. Older.
Very mature.
I'm including myself in the older, yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's two of us here. You want to go first?
Forgive me if this has already been covered to a degree, but how different was the material from the beginning up to when it became a finished product?
We stuck to our script.
Yeah, we stuck to our script pretty tightly, and as far as between the first two versions of the script?
The beginning of the writing process until today.
We had way too many storylines in our first drafts. We were trying to tell the notes we'd always get, like, these are great ideas, but you can't tell them all in one episode, so they're like, save them. So we had to kind of, how did we cut a lot out?
Yeah, it was mostly just cutting, but it's pretty close to the story that we started with.
Yeah, in terms of the characters and the people that we wanted to be included in the story, that all stayed the same. It's the situations that they were put in. We had to cut some of those.
Yeah, the same thing. We shot about 37 minutes, and this is about 21 minutes. So, but the first cut of this is 37 minutes, which basically we shot the entire script, and then in the editing phase ended up cutting out a good 16 minutes.
Did you guys find that there was stuff you cut? Because we had the same thing where we'd see a scene afterwards and we'd be like, you know what? We don't need that.
We cut a lot in the writing process. We cut a lot, and then.
But there are like I think 2 deleted scenes that we realized that like we're kind of like redundantly telling story here, so we just got rid of them. Yeah.
But DVD extras, right?
Yeah, they're on the DVD extras.
So anyway, my question would be: it felt like all 3 of these were sort of filmed as spec pilots for TV series. I was wondering if there's been any reaction or any festival activity that you might report on. What's going on with the projects?
Well, we've submitted it. We have 2 versions of it. We have a 26-minute version that's like places like a comedy short, and then we have our 22-minute pilot that you guys saw today. And so we've we won Best Comedy Short International Film Festival in Chicago, and we won Best TV Pilot in New York City at the Hoboken International Film Festival. And we won a Best Ensemble Cast in Houston. So we've had a lot of lovely success with our project in that capacity. It's been really fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait.
We had some contact with a previous project we did with Comedy Central, and they really liked that project, but they kind of gave us the indication that they really were looking for something that their advertisers were really looking for, so it's almost like a chain reaction. And something that seems to help pilots a lot is if it's aimed a lot at the people they're trying to sell product to, which seems to be college-age boys. And another thing they really like, of course, is a nice red camera if you can get a hold of one. And another thing they like is name actors is kind of important to sell a pilot. But you know, if you gain enough of a following and the momentum, it can happen.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we just started screening Change of Plans on festival circuits, so, and you know, we're looking to pitch, pitch selectively, but we just, I think this is our second screening of the show, so, yeah.
Yeah, this is our second screening as well. We definitely wrote it as a pilot as opposed to writing it as a short film. But there aren't a lot of festivals specifically for television pilots. Most of them take short films, but they want like an 8-minute short film, so it's kind of hard to fit it into things. So that's why this is one of our first festivals. It's good that it's focused on television.
Yes, you sir.
All three of the shows were great. I was wondering if you'd be willing to share your respective budgets for each of the shows.
Yeah, we shot Change of Plans for $8,000.
Ditto.
Yeah, 8,000. I think ours was like a bucket of chicken and $25. Honestly, the only thing we paid for was food and the green screen studio location, and that was it.
We owned our own equipment
Yeah.
before that, though. So
Yeah.
we pre-invested because we had a business we were making reels for actors, so we had pre-invested a lot of money. We had equipment, but this probably put us down like $700 or $800 plus the money we lose from not being able to work.
Right, and a lot of sweat equity. A lot of sweat equity.
And you shot on red camera?
Us? Ha! No. No. We actually shot on the Panasonic DVX 100B, which is not an HD camera, and it is a workhorse camera. We have since upgraded to the, I don't know if there's any techie geeks out there, but the Panasonic HPX 170, which is that version, but the HD version. But it's Dan's laughing at me. Dan is our lead actor. He's also a filmmaker as well. He was in the festival last year with the video guys pilot. So
You gotta own your equipment.
you got, if you own your equipment, it's because then you get an idea and you're like, I'm gonna go film it tomorrow, you know. But if you do have a budget and can get like an amazing camera, then that's incredible too.
We shot on 7D Canon.
Yeah, we shot 5.
What's your dream, like, where Be Forever Now would go? Like, if you had everything you wanted, where would the show go?
It would actually we'd open stores in real malls. That's the whole point of this whole thing.
We really are. We just want to do retail. I think like a network like FX or I don't know. FX would be good. Lifetime definitely would love this show. But yeah, anybody where we would be able to get to work and go to work every day with people. I mean, the cast was amazing, the crew was amazing. It was such a dream to work with everybody. Everybody was so great to work with, and so willing to like bring all of themselves to the 4 very intense days of working their butts off. So it was, you know, we just would like to sell it and get to keep it. We have a million stories to tell from years in retail. So.
Kind of related to that, I enjoyed all 3, but the humor seemed a bit rough to end up on TV. Can you be funny and not be dirty?
No.
Yes, but when you're funny and you're not talking in a realistic language that you yourself find normal, then I think you're running into a problem of pandering, and We don't want to liken ourselves to David Mamet, but can he be dramatic without using curse words? Yes, he can, but why bother? Why fucking bother?
We shot ours pretty clean, except for that damn tampon shot.
And I wouldn't have changed a frame.
I kind of didn't want to put it in, but I didn't know if it would read as what it was, so...
I really wanted to put the tampon.
Yeah, I knew everyone would cringe, and you all did.
You all
I almost threw up.
Our makeup artist created that. It was not a real tampon.
Out of her mind.
No method acting for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you talked about your budget. What kind of contracts do you have for your actors? So was it deferred, or was it non-union, or how do you corral your actors?
We did the SAG, was it New Media, I think? Mm-hmm. We were able to do a SAG contract, which was really, we were originally going to start doing it, started doing it non-union, and we kind of were left empty-handed, and we had to change. There was an act, we really wanted Camille Chen, and she couldn't do it unless it was SAG. It was like at the very, very beginning. And so it was right when we were shooting, it was right when the New Media was becoming available, which really made it wonderful that we were able to use SAG actors. And
so does that mean they were on a deferred payment then? Or?
If we sell it, yeah, then they would get paid. So the actors were not paid, right?
But they were under contract.
They were fed very well, yes.
Same thing.
Oh, good, okay. The entertainment business models are changing so radically that you are already kind of illuminating and discussing that, you know, we used a Canon 7D and we only paid this, and these prices and the quality of equipment is going up, the quality of equipment is going up, the prices are going down. And now my question is, do you feel that even though you're romancing certain companies or shows, that the internet or YouTube, that everybody's got a channel, these channels are spreading out, do you feel like there's going to be more? Have you, what is your opinion about more independent channels, mom and pop channels, if you will, rather than ABC, NBC, HBO, and blah, 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 because the means of production and the means of distribution is all leveling out?
I think that's a really great question, because it's an exciting time, and it's kind of like the Wild West, and sort of none of us know how it's going to unfold. But there's a way to, in a very cost-effective way, shoot something that looks really well. We had an amazing DP who's sitting up there, Eric Baker. He did an awesome job. And worked really, really hard. So I don't know. None of us have any ideas, about that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, but I do know that it's an opportunity to really be able to clarify your voice. What was important for Casey and I was to write something that, you know, was a step up for us in terms of production. We wanted it to look better than the thing we had shot before, and to expand out from our circle of friends that we, you know, had always used. And so it was a growing and a learning process. So we learned so much from shooting this and doing it, and we were able to take it into our own hands, which I think is it's in a very empowering time right now to be able to create your own material and to do your own thing. Anybody can do it. And with the SAG New Media contract, you can use SAG actors. There's no, you know, you can just, if you write it, you can get up and shoot it.